You hit the home run, but you couldn't secure the bag. When we look at TSU baseball, a successful program, 5-time SWAC conference tournament champions, with their most recent championships coming in 2017 and in 2018.
Baseball was just a way for me to, really have fun growing up. And, ever since it was time to go to that next level, travel baseball, high school baseball, it really just took a step up from there. And, that passion stayed with me all the way up.
Baseball has always been my passion. I started playing when I was a little kid. I got better as I got older, so it definitely reignited the passion for it, and I just made me want to keep going.
But they haven't seen the same success in the early years of NIL. For decades, the NCAA tightly controlled what student athletes could receive, not just in salaries, but even in education-related support. They limited things like academic scholarships beyond tuition, graduate school funding, paid internships, computer tutoring, and other learning resources. The NCAA argued these limits were necessary to protect what they called amateurism, the idea that college athletes were students first, not professionals.
On average, guess how much the student athletes work? We'll say up to 60 hours. And I'm gonna say this, they have to be a student, you gotta go to class, you gotta be an athlete.
In 2021, the United States Supreme Court ruled that these restrictions were not just unfair, they were illegal. The court affirmed that NCAA rules preventing schools from offering certain education-related benefits violated federal antitrust laws, which are designed to stop organizations from unfairly controlling a market.
I'm not sure if enough people really understand the mechanism of the revenue associated with these programs. If you go back to even the Power 4, Autonomous 4 is what the NCAA call them, not all of those schools are actually generating revenue.
It was the first time the NCAA's model had been struck down at the highest level, and it signaled a shift in the balance of power between athletes and the system built around them. A shift that will reshape college sports forever. But this one court ruling might have hurt many HBCUs, and TSU being one of them. Now, many of the high schoolers who might have chosen TSU to get a start in their collegiate careers chose the schools that could offer them more money without a full guarantee of consistent playing time.
Oh man, I think it definitely varies, by the levels that you're at. Obviously there's, lower tier Division 1s, mid-majors, Power 4s and 5s. But it's definitely, at a disadvantage compared to, your lower tier football programs or your lower tier soccer programs, whatever it may be.
But former and current athletes still see success on and off the field.
It's definitely plenty of opportunities to get NIL deals. We've had a few things in the works recently. We're working towards that right now, actually. And so I feel like I'm definitely becoming a part of the NIL here at Texas Southern, and it's only going to go up from here.
TSU and the Southwestern Athletic Conference have tried their best to evolve in the new age of NIL. But TSU baseball might still be on the back burner.
Well, there was a plan on the table under Dr. Kevin Granger at the time serving as the Vice President of Athletics that with the board approval, both at HISD and Texas Southern University, we're over here at Jack Yates High School, the field in the back that you may drive down, you see on Cleburne, where they were awarded that land to be able to share with them and put up a baseball and softball field.
The Tigers' best player in 2025, Kelton Phillips, who was a transfer student from Richland Community College, understood the new world of NIL and leveraged himself in a way to elevate past Texas Southern. After a season where the senior outfielder recorded a 1.036 OPS, in his first year at the D1 level, he decided to take his talents up north to the University of Akron, from SWAC to MAC. TSU baseball would have loved to keep a talent like Phillips, but due to the lack of funding given to the baseball program, athletes who shine like he did will continue to leave Texas Southern as the transfer portal opens. The numbers tell a story that can't be ignored. At powerhouse institutions like SMU, college athletics operate as multi-$100 million enterprises, fueled by television contracts, donor networks, sponsorships, and decades of infrastructure built to sustain success.
Yeah, they got SMU. I think they were interviewing the AD. They do revenue sharing now. So I think the NCAA may allocate maybe about 20 mil across. And the athletic director, they they have to make the decision of how they want to allocate those funds. Volleyball, basketball, football, lacrosse, tennis, and they make that decision. And depending on how you allocate those funds, you're expected to win.
But at schools like Texas Southern, the reality is different. The passion is there, the talent is there, the history is rich, the resources are not.
NIL hasn't done, too much in terms of my life. I've made probably around $500 worth of NIL since starting. I've only done 2 or 3 campaigns, so I can't really say that the difference has been huge in my life. However, I could see how players that are consistently landing NIL deals, especially at these lower level Division I's, can make a huge difference in their life.
Probably some athletes would always like to have more, and students would like to see probably Texas Southern University and the athletics department, because you're in this kind of hamster wheel race, and so they would like to see them more.
In this new era of college athletics, competition is no longer decided only on the field or on the court. It's decided in boardrooms, in media deals, in NIL collectives, in budgets that determine who can recruit, who can retain, who can keep up. This is a new playing field.
For me, if I'm 18, 19, and you show me an NIL deal, and I have a coach coming in my parents' home, and they say, "Hey, we're going to give you X amount of dollars to transfer, and we're going to offer," I'm not going to say I'm going to turn it down, because it's opportunity. Many of our student athletes from an HBCU perspective come from single-parent homes. They come from single-parent homes. So if you pop up and you saying, "I'm going to give you X amount of dollars for you to perform," and you still have an opportunity to play professionally, I gotta really look at that. And I may not need a magnifying glass.
An economic arms race where opportunity often follows investment. The court ruling didn't make student athletes employees, but it did open the door.
Starting with O'Bannon, where he was famous as saying that he was playing with a friend in terms of these gamings and how the image looked like him, so much like him. And he was concerned because the guy that was playing was thought, they got looking like you. Why aren't you getting any royalties or any money compensation for that?
Schools can now provide expanded academic benefits. Things like graduate scholarships, study abroad opportunities, technology and research support, and post-eligibility education funding.
Houston is the 4th largest city in the United States. So that's opportunity. Businesses will support. And I believe that wholeheartedly.